Right, so I've got the Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, and let's go through the setup process step by step. So I've just taken this thing out of the box, and the first step to setting this thing up is to turn it on. So to turn it on, the power button is at the top here. So simply long press on that button until you see the Samsung logo, and then you can let go and allow the tablet to boot up. Now with the tablet on, let's start by selecting the language you want. Okay, if you don't like the language that's there by default, you can choose any language that you want. So I'm gonna choose English US and then tap on start. And then of course, as usual, you have to agree to end user license agreement and the privacy policy, and then hit agree. And then it's going to prompt you to set up with another device. So if you have another Samsung phone or another Samsung tablet that you're trying to transfer data from, you can choose one of those options. But for this tutorial, we're going to be setting up manually step by step as a separate device. So select setup manually and then go ahead and connect to your Wi-Fi network. So select your Wi-Fi and enter the passcode. And once you connect, it's going to go to the service provider setup, and it may or may not ask you to restart your tablet. So since I've been requested to restart, I'm gonna hit restart. And then you'll be prompted to connect to a mobile network. So you can either scan a QR code to set up an eSIM, or you can put a physical SIM card inside if you have one that has physical SIM support, or you can choose to set up later in settings. So that's what I'm gonna choose. And then I'll go to the next page, which is getting your tablet ready. And then again, I'm being prompted to copy apps and data from another device, as you can see, or from my phone. I'm going to choose don't copy once again. Now, if you want to copy, you can just go ahead and copy and follow the on-screen instructions. Now, at this point, you could sign in with your Google account, or if you want to set that up later, you can just tap on skip, like I'll do, and then I can set it up later. And then this next page prompts you to protect your tablet by setting up a pattern, PIN, or password. And then after that, you can set up either face recognition or fingerprint. Now, again, I'm going to skip that for now, just to keep this video short. And then you have your Google services, which you have to read and accept. And then you'll be prompted to also sign in with your Samsung account. Now, keep in mind that all these things are meant to make your experience better. But of course, I'm going to skip this for now. I'm going to tap on forget and then tap on set up later in settings, just to skip the Samsung account, because I'm going to do that later. And then confirm I want to skip. But of course, you have to read the Samsung service legal information and eventually agree to the terms and conditions, and then tap on agree. And then you have your Samsung services like auto blocker, customization service, and personal data intelligence. You can choose whether you want to agree or not, and then choose your display mode, either light or dark mode by default. These are all things you can change later, so just pick whatever you want for now. And now it's gonna attempt to give us to recommend some apps for us to download. So you can choose whether you want them downloaded or not. Now, these are all useful Samsung applications, so I would advise you to just allow them to get downloaded. So just tap on next and we are all set up. So you can choose to see what's new or just go directly to the home screen. And there is your Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra in all its glory. It looks beautiful. Okay, so we have an improved display. This display gets bright up to 1600 nits. So look at that brightness. We are barely at half, so you can just go crazy with the brightness up to 1600 nits. I'm going to test this outdoors and see what it looks like, but I can already see it looks ridiculously bright. So I'm just going to reduce that for now. Now, the other thing with this is, of course, we have the S Pen. Okay, so the S Pen, you use this gray part to stick it to the top of your tablet right there. Okay, that's where it goes. You no longer put it at the back of the tablet. You have to put it at the top there, and that's where it sits. So that's basically the step-by-step process of the first setup of this tablet. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions, you can talk to us in the comment section. Now, keep in mind that I also have an entire playlist of videos and tutorials, tips, tricks, everything about this Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra in a whole playlist, which I'll link down below so you can check that out. Thanks for watching and good luck.